Hello, level casters. Welcome to your daily dose of world news. Let's get started with the important stories from May 13, 2026. News 1 of 16. Our first story comes from the Philippines. There were gunshots fired in the Philippine Senate. This happened during a standoff with Senator Ronald De La Rosa. He is wanted by the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity. He has hidden inside the building to avoid being arrested. This situation is still developing. News 2 of 16. Next, some lighter news about a walrus. Magnus, a wandering walrus, has left Scotland and is now heading towards Norway. He had been seen in Orkney, where many people enjoyed watching him. This young male walrus has now swum about 400 miles across the North Sea. News 3 of 16. Moving to the Middle East, Benjamin Netanyahu claimed he made a secret trip to the UAE during the Iran war. However, the Emirates Foreign Ministry has said that these claims are not true. They described Netanyahu's statements about visiting the country as baseless. News 4 of 16. In China, a court has ordered compensation for a worker who lost their job because they were replaced by artificial intelligence, or AI. This case is getting a lot of attention. It shows how China is trying to balance using new AI technology with making sure people still have jobs. News 5 of 16. A very important meeting has taken place in China. U.S. President Donald Trump arrived in Beijing for a summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping. They discussed several key issues, including the Iran war, Taiwan, trade, and artificial intelligence. This was a high-stakes meeting for both countries. News 6 of 16. Romania is facing a big problem with its justice system. There are claims of high-level corruption, meaning dishonest behavior by powerful people. A documentary 6 months ago showed a network used to delay convictions for corruption. People are saying the system is now in deep crisis. News 7 of 16. Concern is growing about Gabon's strict rules on social media. Activists say the government is using laws to limit internet freedoms. They claim this is part of a longer history of stopping people from expressing different opinions, which they call a blatant disregard for rights. News 8 of 16. In British politics, there's a leadership crisis in Westminster. The Labour Party is currently divided. The Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, might not stay in power for much longer. Today's newsletter asks how long he can continue as leader. News 9 of 16. Marine Le Pen's party in France, the National Rally, has responded to comments made by Kylian Mbappé. The captain of the French football team had expressed worries about the far-right National Rally Party possibly gaining power. News 10 of 16. The ceasefire in Ukraine has ended with a deadly Russian bombing spree. Russia launched a daytime attack with over 800 drones, causing civilian deaths. Slovakia has closed its border with Ukraine because they fear more attacks. President Zelensky said the attack is still happening, with more drones entering their airspace. News 11 of 16. Sadly, Newty the nutria, a famous pet rodent, has died of cancer. Newty's family in Louisiana had fought the state to keep him. This beaver-like animal even appeared on a TV show. Many people have sent their condolences. News 12 of 16. Can Hungary's new leader, Magyar, keep his promises? He has pledged to reform the country and improve its relationship with the European Union. Hungary's new leadership needs to act quickly to reverse years of moving away from democratic principles. News 13 of 16. Claims of corruption by cartels are causing problems between the U.S. and Mexico. Mexico is under pressure from President Trump to deal with drug trafficking groups. Experts say this is the most difficult situation between the two countries since the 1980s. News 14 of 16. Cruise ships are facing health crises. 6 people from a ship with hantavirus are now isolating at home. In France, over 1,700 people on another cruise ship are confined because of a suspected norovirus outbreak, which has affected about 50 individuals. News 15 of 16. The crisis in Iran is making the price of cooking gas very high. This is putting public health at risk across Asia. Families are starting to use cheaper, dirtier fuels like firewood. This raises concerns about air pollution and the progress of moving to cleaner energy. News 16 of 16. Finally, we remember Ghayasuddin Siddiqui. He was a co-founder of the Muslim Institute and the Muslim Parliament of Great Britain. Throughout his life, he worked to empower the Muslim community. That's all for today's world news on Levelcast. Keep practicing your English, and we'll be back with more updates soon.